Good morning, everyone. I am back to continue my decorating process in this Nouveau Fairy Journal. It's boho style, and if you have been with me before, I am glad that you're back with me, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. So the last thing we did was this little flip, and before I leave that page, I just decided that I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a little more layering, and so I'm going to take this stencil and put just a little bit of stenciling underneath on this page. And so this is an antique ledger page, but I'm just going to put this little leaf swirl so that shows up here, and I'm going to use this really light bundled sage, and then a little bit of forest moss, and kind of layer the stenciling a little bit. So let me get a little bit of bundled sage, and there's already some grunge on here, which may also kind of come off, and that might be interesting also. I don't want too much. I just want a little bit of kind of like a watermark on the paper. Yeah. So I still want people to be able to write over top of it, but just give just a little bit more dimension. Okay, let me see if I can keep that steady and change my little sponges. And with the darker, we're just going to put just a little bit, kind of like a shadow in some places. Yeah. Yep. I think that's what I want. There. That just adds just another little bit of a layer on there. So let me put these away. Okay. So now I mentioned the next pocket was going to be on this little flip, and we're going to make just kind of a mixed media tuck. This is going to be our base. So let me move this aside, and we're going to, first of all, we're going to decoupage this on, and I'll get the paper to put underneath. And I'm going to just show you how I decoupage napkin. I just do what I call a dry decoupage. I just use glue stick, the napkin, which I have, brought it down to the 1 ply, and I have the background ready, and then I'm going to place it kind of on the card where I want the design. And then I'm just going to put glue, smear glue. Let's take this bit off. I'm going to smear glue where on the card underneath where the napkin's going to go. So I just kind of in my mind sort of understand. Sometimes I'll put my finger down. I want it to go here, and then about halfway over, and then curve down. So I start there, halfway, come halfway, and then curve down. And then I put plenty of glue down. And then I lift the napkin and put it down. Oops. And then I start in the middle and just press out. And does is it puts the napkin on really pretty good. And I'll show you what else I do. So then I come along and trim that off. All right, now you can see that this is still kind of loose up here. That's because I didn't get the glue, you know, all the way to the edge. So I will just come back, and with the sharp edge of the glue stick, I will just come along and put more glue down. I actually want the glue to kind of extend over the edge of the napkin, and then I take my thumb and just smear that on. And sometimes it tears the edges off, and that's okay. All right, now once I feel like that's on there and smooth, then I will take the glue stick and come along kind of on the edges and just kind of put a little bit of glue on the edges. Just smear it kind of with my finger to make sure that all the edges are down. I don't put any more glue on the top, but I do, if I haven't put enough on the edges, then I will come back and add some. Okay, so there we have the napkin. It's decoupaged on there. And the next thing I'm going to do, so I've made this little fabric ruffle just with some kind of silky, it was an old blouse or dress, I think, that I got at the thrift store. Can't remember how big it was, but I have ripped that up. Then I'm just going to come and make just a little collage kind of here on the side. It's going to get partially covered up with the ruffle, but that's okay. Okay, let me trim that. And I'll save that piece for something else. And then I had another little image. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. This is just a little digital printed of an alphabet. It was an alphabet, kind of a pretty alphabet, and I'm using the F for fairy, and I'm going to put that down just on the edge. You're not even really going to see this really in the end, but it's there. Okay, so now that part is done, and then we're going to see what else we might need on there. 1, 2, 3. We've got the magic number. I think maybe I will just take this stencil and put just a little bit on top. A little bit of, it's maybe green. Yeah. So let's bring the green back, and we'll just put just a little bit of, there we go. Good. That's good. All right. Let's get the glue fixed. Okay, now let's bring our book back, and what I need to do is glue this now to the on two sides, I'm just going to make kind of a tuck, not a full. I could make a full pocket, but again, I find that when I leave the side open, it's a little easier later on. So I'm just going to glue two sides down. All right, and I'm going to distress this side before I glue the ruffle on, because it's impossible to do that once I have the ruffle on. Not so hard on the top and bottom, but I think I want a little distress on this side, and so I will do that before we put the ruffle on. Okay. All right, now you saw me make a ruffle the other day. That was with just a hand gather. This I have gathered on the sewing machine, so it makes a more a neater, not neat, a more oh, I can't think of the word I want. It's a more even ruffle, and it's less messy, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So now I'm going to glue along the edge and put that right there where the stitching is. And sometimes it's good to put something underneath there so that you don't end up gluing on the other page. Go all the way to the top. And I have most of the ruffle, I've arranged the gathers so that most of the ruffle is right here, and this top part that's on the page is sort of flat. Just, you know, something interesting. Come on this side and make sure that that's where I want it. It needs to come down just a little. Okay, this is looking just like what I want. Very good. Okay, so now that page is ready for some ephemera. Not sure what we'll put in there, but we will think of something. Now that I have glued this on there, actually I'm rethinking, and I think maybe I want to glue this down so that it will be a pocket, because otherwise it's going to be awkward over here. So we will go ahead and glue this as well. Just hold that for a minute. Check my time up. We're at 15 minutes. Let's see what else we can do in that amount of time. I think maybe we'll stop there for this film, and I'll just do another one. Well, let's see what else we might do on this one. This is going to be the next page, but I'm going to do that page together. I know what we can do. I can skip over to this part. This is just some pretty sorry fabric, and I'm going to do another messy ruffle right here on this edge. You remember these pretty digitals are from Coffee and Lace, Lavender Blue Journals on Etsy. And Fiona Coley, she does these beautiful digitals, and I love this these dyed coffee dye. Okay, I'm just going to smear some glue, and then just take this and smear the fabric kind of along there. It's a little harder when you don't, put some thread on there, but you just kind of have to hold it, and I like using the Fabri-Tac because it grabs and it dries fast. So yeah, all right. And this fabric, this is gold. This sari has gold fibers in that, and metal. It's actually gold metal, I think. Somehow, let's see what it looks like on this side. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I like it. So it kind of, it bends and stays easily. Let me just kind of glue this down a little bit. Yeah. All right. So we can do that. Now let's, oops, whoa. Let me get my these little blings back out, and we'll maybe put one of these on there again, like we did before. Okay, so I'm going to not spread them out. I'm going to kind of try to keep them more toward the middle, but I don't want them evenly spaced. So we'll put another one close here. There. So that's asymmetrical in my mind. It's odd. It's off. Let me pick it up so you can see it. The light is not very good. It's still early in the morning. So. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to stop the film, and we'll post this one, and then I will continue with this next page. Is going to be this one and this one. This is the center of the first signature, so we're moving along, and okay, I'll see you in just a few minutes. Probably post it the next day. I may just do some videos and get this, going. And so if I'm posting every day, you might want to hit the notification so that you don't miss one, or just come back and, check and pick it up later. Thanks so much for being with me. We'll see you again.